All right. All right. All right. Shalom. 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 Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahia has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Just coming with a little something, something that I think is important to cover. And the title is The Angels That Rest in Spirit and Truth. That rest, the angels that rest in spirit and truth. Okay. The reason why I think this is a pretty good topic is because people who have a spirit of questioning a lot of things that others might say, or question things that, let's say, I might say. My thing, since I've been on the devil platform, I'm gonna tell you, like I told my mother, go before the face of the Most High, or higher yourself, and ask him, Mama, what is this you're telling my daughter? And I say this to you all. If I say something that's still within you, it will leave a doubt or put you in a situation where what you desire to question what I say. Don't stop there. Go before the face of the Most High, or higher, and say, who is this person? She said this, she said this, she said that, and wait for his answer. But you have to shut your mouth long enough to wait for his answer. Because if you don't shut your mouth long enough to hear from a higher and what he got to say, your flesh gonna give you the answer. And it's gonna leave you out there. Let me say that again. If I say something on this here platform that leaves a question mark or doubt or disbelief, or don't agree and you don't understand, the best of the best thing that you can do is go before the face of the Most High, or higher. You take it straight to him and say, Father, who is this individual that said this, she said this, she said that? Take it to him if he will allow you to come to his throne. But if you got that mindset that your spirit, it ain't so much as your mindset, it's really your spirit. They just can't hear with the spiritual hearing. You hear with a fleshly ear and not with the spiritual ear. And it's not something that I would say that's bad. No, it ain't good either, but it's not something that I need to climb on top of. But I would say this: any issue that you have trouble understanding that I'm saying, go before the Father. Let me tell you one thing, you for sure gonna get an answer. Go to him and say, who is she? And what she is saying to me regarding you or what you said. I don't understand. That's what he was saying. Knock, seek, ask. So if you in doubt, ask. If you want to come before him, knock on the door to get an answer. You want to find him in the midnight hour, in the early morning, seek him. But I bet you one thing. I ain't going to bet you, but I will say this. You won't be able to not seek nor ask if you're not coming the spiritual right. If you're not coming before him in spirit and in truth. You see? So when you go, I think it's a good thing. Matter of fact, my mother had to do it. I dealt with her for 3 months. 3 months. She didn't listen to me for 3 months. Y'all stripped her worse and worse each time till it got so bad. She said, no. She said, boo, I'm going to go before the Father. I said, that's what you should have did the first time. You know, a lot of people they don't never question and doubt the false prophets. No, they don't play that. They don't ever do that. But the one that they will question is the one that's sent here by a higher. And if you don't understand something, that's who you go to. You don't put your trust in Sister Deborah. You don't put your trust in no man. You go before the throne of the Most High. And me, myself, if I had an issue where I'm battling with what somebody said or somebody is speaking and it's troubling me because I'm not settled with it, I'll go before the throne, but he don't give me time. He said, you're going to use everything that I've given you in you to determine what this individual is saying. So I can't go running to him, but I do go to him when it get to the point where, hey, I'm trying to move a mountain. It can't move. Oh, no. I'm coming. And I don't play when I go that route with him. I don't play. I'm telling you, as a young girl, not a young girl, but a teenager coming on up, when I got to come to that throne, I go straight to it, all the way to his altar, straight through it, straight through, and just bow down before him. And my whole body is just feel like it's at his feet, you know, communing with him. So this topic is about the angels that rest in spirit and truth. I know that I am an angel, and those that are called, that are written in the Lamb Book of Life, are also angels. Okay? So therefore, I believe that now that he has allowed me to know who I am in him, if you don't know who he called you to be in him, you can't question Deborah. Matter of fact, you can't question nobody. Find out who you are in him. You see, first. But if Sister Deborah is saying something that leaves a doubt or a question mark or a disbelief, you are entitled to that. Matter of fact, that's wonderful. What that do lead you to is, if she ain't saying something and something's not right about what she said, go to the horse's mouth and get it. You see, like I said, knock on his door. Seek him until you find him. Ask him until you get an answer. Okay? And then if you wanted to know or question something, like I say, ask him about it and see what he gave you. Because with my mom, she said in the midnight hour, he came to her and told her, she been telling you for quite some time. You want to know what she talking about? Get up and look outside. She got up and looked outside. It was gone again. But this time, Ahia made sure they took everything off of the car except for the frame. Ask me why I'm clapping. Because they stole it and took it to Illinois and gave it to their grandmother. These were professionals. Police department called it in after 30 days, brought it back to Missouri. I called my mother boy. She went to pick it up again. They stole it while she was at church, in the church again. I'm telling her, Mama, you got to let it go, Mama. Mama, if you don't let it go, Mama, you're going to lose your life, Mama. Leave the car alone. Don't keep going down there once they get it. She went back down there and get it again. Called me up. Booby, my sister Jovan wants to know if it's okay for her to go down there and get the car. They said they found it again. I said, Mama, I done told you too many times what God said the Most High. If you want to check, want my sister Jovan to go down there and get that car, you dealing with fire. What stood for you stood for her, because it's dealing with that car, Mama. I told you, you do what you want to do. She didn't let her get it. But she went and got it and brought it back, put it in the front of her house. She said the midnight hour, she had already prayed. In the midnight hour, he woke her up and said, you want to know what your daughter was telling you? Look outside. She said, Booby, that car was gone at 12:30 a.m. in the morning. It was dark outside. She said she went back into the bed. She didn't even call the police. She said that was the sign. See, sometimes if somebody saying something that does not set with your spirit, question it. Go before the Father. That's what it's for. But make sure you got a relationship with him where he will answer. Because a lot of people say, oh, he's my this and he's that. He's the only one I trust. He don't want but yet has no relationship with him. When it comes down to critical seeking information. Oh, no, they don't know him now. You see? So I'm saying to you all, this topic is about angels that rest in spirit and truth. Those angels that rest in spirit and truth, they don't have like the fullness of everything, but they have enough to say, okay, Father, I done gone through so much in life. I done been here and there. I'm just going to rest in you and trust that you got it from A to Z. I'm not going to listen to this, because I know this thing is spirit and it is truth. They also know who they are in him. You see, these are the angels. I don't know if I could say, yeah, but I guess I could. If it was so, it would fool the very elect. These angels are elect. They can't be fooled. That's why they don't waste their time. They resting in him. They ain't got time for all that. A lot of them wouldn't even get on these devil platforms to give any information. Why? Because they calling might not consist or be about them being on any platform. They could be on the highways and byways in their communities, in the neighborhood, in groups. It don't make them not who they are in Ahaya. As long as they giving the people spirit and truth, that's what matters. Now, I want to cover something here that's very important. I want to start off with John chapter 4. And I believe that it's so important to follow me in this lesson, because you can pretty much, the stuff that I'm going to speak on is going to cover the verses, and then I'm going to climb on top of it. I'm going to ride it for what it's worth. Okay. Hello, everyone in the live chat. It's good to see you. Okay. And we're going to start with John, the Gospel of John, chapter 4. And we're going to ride this thing all the way down. We're going to ride it, y'all. Chapter 4 of the Gospel of John, verse 24. No, let's start with verse 23. Let's kind of bump it up a little bit. The Gospel of John, chapter 4, verse 23 and 24. And it reads, let's go into that. Okay. But the hour cometh, and now is. Yeshua was saying, when he said the hour is coming, it was the time period shall come. Okay. Here he said, but the hour cometh, and now is. His hour cometh. Okay. And it's now is. Because it's now for him to decrease, for us to increase. You see? Why? Because he goes back to the Father. And the Father is going to send it on down to us. Okay? And he said, and now is, because it's time for him to, it wasn't time for him to die right then, but he's saying the hour. The hour he's speaking of is that last hour of his life. That time of that hour. You notice at a certain time, you heard him say, the hour is near. The hour is near. The hour is before me. Because he was saying that the hour in which he was assigned from heaven to be sacrificed, to die, okay, for the sins of the people, okay? So here he's telling them, but the hour cometh. It's coming. It's coming. And now is, okay, when the true worshipers, you know he's not talking about him. Don't you see? WORSHIPPER. That means more than one. When the true, you hear that word true? The true worshipers shall worship. He's not talking about him, the Father. The true worshipers shall worship the Father. And listen to how Yeshua said it. The Father in what? In a flesh. What is he? How they gonna worship? It's telling you right here. In spirit and in truth. In spirit and in truth. That spirit is your spirit. It's going to worship a higher in his spirit, where you become one in him. Okay? In truth. He is truth. You're going to be worshiping him in a way that's so righteous. Okay? Worshiping Yeshua? No, he's telling you the Father. Ahaya. Now listen to this here. For the Father. Wait a minute, Ahaya. You don't seek that. Stop that, sir, Father. You don't seek that. You don't seek that. Listen to what it says. For the Father seeketh such worship him. He's seeking it. Because that's what he wants. So the topic is the angels rest in spirit and truth. Because he is a spirit and he is all truth. And here the time shall come, and it is now, when the true worshipers will worship the Father. And Yeshua, he ain't talking about worshiping him. He said the Father Ahaya, in spirit and in truth. Okay? And he says the Father seeketh such to worship him. Isn't that beautiful? Yah seeketh those who worship him in spirit and in truth. So if you want to sit around here the rest of your breath, which is what Yah has in you, thinking it's time to worship groups and people and organizations and camps and churches, you go right ahead. Y'all seeking those who going what? Worship him, and how? In spirit and in truth. So you can call it what you want. So when Sister Deborah is telling you this spirit and truth thing is real, all this monkey stuff that they talking about ain't about nothing. Okay? So, in verse 24 says, Ahaya is a spirit. And they that worship, which are the true worshipers, I like what Yeshua said. Because he said the true ones is going to know how to worship him in their spirit and in truth. You see? Yeshua said it. You think these people care about that? No, they don't. We don't have to worship him in spirit and truth. We don't have to worship him at all. We the people. You see? Now listen to this. Verse 24. Ahaya is a spirit. And they that worship him must. No, they don't have to. No, they don't have to worship him. For what? They don't have to worship him. Yeshua says that they worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Not a church, not a Hebrew Israelite would ever teach you anything like that. You know why? You got to worship them. That's just it. I'm going to leave it right there. Now, this is where we finna go. We finna rumble now. Now we want to go to Proverbs. Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8. I wanted to put that out there because there are angels that knows It's time to rest. They know that heaven had orchestrated everything before the foundation of the world. They're not out here trying to figure out how can he do that and why he do this. If it's he do this, why is it like this and why is it like, they ain't got that type of time. They rest in his bosom and listen to him and not all this yang, 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 yang that gains nothing. Now in Proverbs chapter 8, let's go there. In verse 22, I want to show you something. We're finna bump over into angels, okay? Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22 through 25. Just listen to this. Verse 22, Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22. Ahiah possessed me in the beginning of his way. Now it's your way. I'm grown. I do what I want. I got one life to live, and ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. This is my life. You ain't never had a life, y'all, and it's sad that it was never taught to you. Only life you have is that breath of life that's coming from the Most High Yah, and just that alone, you should praise Him for. Because all this time you thought it was yours. So what life are you talking about? If it's his breath of life, then what life do you have? If he takes his breath of life, you'll fall your ugly tail on the floor somewhere. And then somebody would have to say, well, where's your breath? You better get up. Ain't this your life? The breath of life you are breathing and the breath of the life that you are living on is yours. In case you didn't know that. I know they didn't tell you. So, see, there's just some things nobody don't even need to tell you. You should stay out of this book, period. You should stay out of anything that's spirit and truth, period, if that's too hard to comprehend. Now listen to what it says. Proverbs 8, verse 22. Ahiah possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. So when was that before? Before heaven and earth was created? Because he's talking about before, what it says, before his works of old. You mean he knew you? He possessed you? Oh, okay, wait a minute. His ways? What it says? His way? Wait a minute. Hold on now. I rule this. This is my way. I'm going to do it I got a choice. Yeah, you got a choice to go where he send you. In the lake of fire or in the eternal heaven. Y'all better wake up because y'all don't know who y'all messing with. And could care less. Because a lot of people say, well, Deborah, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Guess what, baby? You're not going to have a bridge to cross. You see what I'm saying? Because he ain't going to let you. You're going to cross over to the lake of fire, and that's it. Okay? So, it says in Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22, Ahiah possessed me in the beginning of his ways. Wait, before his work of old. Before. That's telling you before the foundation of the world. Okay? Now listen to this. 23. I was set up. I was set up. To what? This is 23. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or even the earth was. What you mean, baby? You were set up from the floor up already? These are verses, you all, and chapters that you would never in your life hear nobody telling you. And if it was up to Yah, he probably, no, I ain't gonna say if it's up to Yah because I can't say that. But if it was up to me, I don't think I would be covering this. But I thank him for telling me, you got a race to run. What are you talking about? You got to run this race with everything I gave you to run it with. So run it. You see? That's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Okay, now listen to this here. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 24. 23. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or even the earth was. Verse 24. When there was no depth, I was brought forth. Okay. When there was no fountain abounding with water. Verse 25. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills were brought forth. Let's go on down to, he keeps on going on. He letting you know before anything was, heavens has already orchestrated it. No, you know what y'all do? When y'all take that authority and say, oh, no, that ain't true. How could that be? You're actually saying he ain't got that type of power to do that. He ain't got no right to do that. Nor do he have the power therein. We know when it was. He couldn't have done that. Because why would he do that? And this is like this. And this is what keeps people in captivity in their spirit until it's ready to be judged to the lake of fire. You see, people don't even understand. People are hooping and hollering about what's going on in the world. Don't you know you still in a race? You just not winning. You're in the losing race because you don't believe in nothing that consists of his power. I fully understand when he said, Deborah, they deny my power therein. Because you do. You don't think he has the right to orchestrate everything on the earth the way he wants to and not the way you understand it. It ain't about you. That's why I say you have to learn to get your flesh under the subjection to your spirit. Because the true worshipers worship in spirit and truth. That means in their spirit has truth to worship with a higher spirit and his truth. And they become one in it all. You see? But because people don't allow their spirit to respect my Father's power, his authority, and the way that he orchestrated. I know people have been teaching you for 59 years. People have been teaching you for 20 and 30 years. You go this way. No, stop going this way. You got to go this way. You got to look this way. You got to walk this way. You got to talk this way. You got to eat this way. You better go this way. And that's what your flesh desires. Instead of waking up and saying, wait a minute, hold up. This creator is bigger than big. I got to give him some glory. I got to give him some honor. I got to give him some type of praise. Wait a minute. If it's all about man and me being able to reach a destiny where we're comfortable in believing what we want to believe, then where do that leave higher? Where he at and where he's going to be and where his Lamb book of life is, where he know who's in it and who ain't. That's who he is. But here in Proverbs, and to every one of you in the live, go over Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22, and you can go over the whole chapter 8. And it's really telling you how things were before it was. Woo, Father, y'all. He got so much stuff in here telling y'all that everything, his whole will was orchestrated before heaven and earth was created. We don't want to give him that authority. We don't want to give him that praise for that power. We don't want to magnify him in that power. We don't want to glorify him in that power. No, we want to strip him from the power and give it to us so we can be looked at as something in somebody and don't even know. Your stanky tail going to the grave. What are you talking about? You better get with his program or have no program. Okay? So I end up in Psalms chapter 104. I moved to Psalms chapter 104. Psalms chapter 104, verse 4 and 5. I'm talking about the angels that rest in spirit and truth. Yeshua was talking about it thousands of years. The true worshipers, thousands of years. And here it is, the year of 2022. Y'all sent his prophetess, not your prophetess, but his prophetess to tell you you're lost without a cause. And guess what, y'all? Do y'all understand every prophet y'all sent to give the people the word of truth, spirit and truth? They didn't believe nan one of them. You see? So if you think Sister Deborah goes to work around, they don't believe me. I got too many big brothers to turn my head to. And they wrap their arms around me and say, see, this is what I went through. You think I need somebody living to wrap their arms around me? No. Solomon speaks to me in my spirit. Ezekiel. Jeremiah. So wait a minute, hold up. Why do I need flesh to validate what I'm going through when you weren't called to come down to do what Sister Deborah was called to do? Find your purpose. Find your purpose if you can find it. I put it like that. Because if y'all purpose you need to be looking for it and find it. Because when you see him, he gonna see you without it. I know what y'all don't understand the talents. That can stand for many of things, even men with sperms. I mean, men that, not sperms, that birth children. Y'all better get that thing and get it right. Because you all don't understand. Sister Deborah is already, through their spirit, do I hear what they didn't already gone through. That's why Solomon kept telling me, Deborah, that's why I kept telling you. It's vain and vexed. It's worthless, Deborah. It's worthless. And I'm like, wait a minute, Solomon, you had all the money in the world. What are you talking about? He said, look, when it all said and done, they ain't going to take heed to nothing a higher have allowed you to see. And those that do, it's because y'all son them there. You remember what Yeshua said? All that I have. Hallelujah. I have not lost one. He mean in the spiritual realm, y'all. Because you know the betrayer was one that was always lost here. So he was talking about in the spiritual realm. All that you trust me to be, to teach, and to follow with me. And I teach them this, now. I have not lost one. And let me tell y'all something what's so deep about it. I heard Yeshua say probably several times to the Father, all that I have. I mean, when I said that several times, it's because Mark, Luke, John, Matthew, you know, they said it. They all had their view of what was said. But listen to this. He said to the Father, Father, all that I have not lost one. He was talking about in the spiritual mission. Y'all orchestrated him to get and receive 12. He's letting him know I'm keeping up with him in the spirit realm, y'all. In the spirit realm. And only the spirit realm. Why would you say that, Deborah? Because if you read, you'll find out they didn't really believe nothing Yeshua said. Even after seeing all of his miracles, signs, and wonders, all the things that he did, do y'all know that they still didn't believe? Somebody need to tell me, why should they have believed? Why should the disciples believe? How you gonna believe? And what you gonna believe? Because you see and believe? No, Yeshua didn't come down here for you to see and believe. If that's the case, the multitude saw and believed. That's the flesh. See? 99.120 million pastors in the world would have never been able to say what I just said. You know why? Y'all said that which was in the dark shall come to the light in the last days. And only one can do that is him himself with that right hand power. And that's what he's doing. Yeshua, all them disciples that walk on his left and his right beside him, they didn't believe. Why would you say that, Deborah? They were just given to him from the high. And he had to tell the Father, now all that you've given me, I haven't lost now. He was speaking in the spirit. Because in the flesh, they weren't worth a dime. They weren't worth a damn. So you have to try to have some sort of a feelings for Yeshua and all that he have done. And I do. I think he done a wonderful, excellent job. I think he had a beautiful purpose. He fulfilled the beautiful will that Ahiah had orchestrated for him. Beautiful, excellent, perfect. No, he wasn't doing it himself. I definitely got to say that. But it was done. Well done. When did they grip it, Deborah, then? They gripped it once he left. Hallelujah. And the Father sent down the power. Hallelujah. That's when they gripped it. The power. The Ruach HaKodesh. When it comes, it cometh, Deborah, with power. And that power has to have some kind of spirit and truth connected to it. Come on now. So they got a load of what Ahiah said, Terry. Yeshua say, y'all, just wait. Ahiah, he wanted them to tarry. And that's what Yeshua told them, to wait, to tarry. He told them, why? You don't get this when you want it. You get this when the Father is ready to indulge you with the fire. You see, that's what's wrong with people today. They think they're ready because they're in their emotions and in their feelings and their personal opinion. That don't mean crack. He could care less about your emotions, your feelings, and your personal opinion. I'm a living witness, not a dead one. That stuff don't move him. Don't shake him, nor make him, nor do it break him. So I say unto you all, 12 disciples walked side by side and still didn't believe. Was doubting until they were indulged by the fire. And when he came down, the Ruach HaKodesh wasn't supposed to speak of himself. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! He wasn't supposed to speak of himself because Ahiah ain't there. He ain't got pride, boasting, and all that in him. For what? He's the King of Kings. He's the beginning and the end and everything in between. What do he need to boast for? And when they received what was told would come, because they tarried for it and they waited for it, they waiting and singing and praising, bam, did it come? Yes, came down with fire. And I'm talking about the Holy Ghost fire, y'all. So, with that being said, I want to step into Psalms. Psalms 104. Psalms chapter 104. And we're going to go to verse 4. Verse 4. And it reads, who maketh his angels spirits. Wait a minute, Sister Deborah. Hold up, Sister Deborah. Didn't you teach twice what took place before the foundation of the world? Hold up. Hold up. He maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. Ooh-wee. Let's go on. Verse 5. Who laid the foundation of the earth, that it shall not be moved forever. So they let you know who did it. You know who did that. Ahiah, his right hand power, and who he is. You mean his angels, he make it his angels. Did not I drew that picture? And that's why I was telling y'all, after doing it the second time, I kind of felt And the reason why I think I was feeling kind of down with it, because the Father had already told me that the narrow gate, which I have learned throughout the time, but if you put it in pictures and you bring it to the, I say, to the low of the earth, and then you know in your spirit they're not really getting it. Just imagine how Ahia feels. Only those that he gave me, I have not lost one. And I don't know to whom he has given me. But all I say is this: I have not lost one. And like Yeshua was talking. He was talking about, because in the spiritual realm, I'm doing what you tell me to do. I'm saying what you tell me to say. So if they don't get it, that's on them. I ain't lost nothing. This is a spiritual thing, y'all. This ain't about your emotions, your personal opinion, and your feelings, and what you don't get and how you don't get it. If you don't get something, you don't understand something, shut your mouth and go to the horse's mouth and see if he give you the answer you need. If there's trust in you, belief in you, and faith, all of those are gifts in you, he's going to show up and show out. He's going to catch you when you in peace, in your sleep, when that body, that flesh is just laid out. He'll come to you in a quiet voice, and he will lay it to you. And if he don't, keep knocking that door. And if you don't, keep asking. And if you don't, keep seeking. If you don't hear from him, I'm going to tell you something. You need to go to the altar and find who side you on. Okay? So here in Psalms chapter 104, I like that because it tells you, listen to this, verse 4, who maketh his angels. Whose angels? Spirits. Didn't I tell y'all, why ain't this saying he maketh his angels souls? Think. Because souls ain't got no business in that book. But it's there because man been in this book. Man been in the book, so you're going to find all kind of things. All you have to do is look at G-O-D. Is that his name? No. Do they know it? Yeah. But they placed it with something else. So who can straighten that out? Who can make this crooked straight and the straight crooked? The Most High, Ahia. Sister Deborah came. So I like this because he's explaining to you, he is the one that has orchestrated our position. And we're running around here thinking it's us. It's a lot of us standing around thinking that we were created to just please ourselves in our spiritual walk. We don't do nothing but do just that. And we're content. Very much content. No purpose can be found. I don't think I would have lived to not want to know what purpose do I have. Let me tell you why. If he's been dealing with me since I was a little girl, what kind of person will I be to not have a purpose found in me? What kind of person will I be? Him talking to me day and night and dealing with me and showing me things, even during the time when I was a young little girl, I was being tormented by demons. And guess what, y'all? The demons weren't having me to do things and be bad. No, they were just there trying to break me because they knew that Ahia had appointed times where he's going to make me where he called me for. And they knew that. And I just thank him for the shield of protection. I can sit here and tell you the times where he showed me the darkness and what he was doing. It had a thing that looked like me in his hand, poking me with a needle. I used to complain. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I used to complain to the Father. I said, "Why is it? This is why he showed me this. You know why he showed me that?" I said, "What is it? I'm being tormented. Something keeps sticking me in my hand and in my feet. Why is that?" And I used to do this, and that's when I was like 9 and 10, and that's when he showed me that. He showed me that, and I look back at it, stuff like that, and I said, "But why did you allow that?" I was a little girl. Because they know you were mine. They knew you were mine. They knew I had appointed and anointed you. And I wasn't going to let them do nothing. You see, you're still in your right mind, ain't you? Who are you serving? You see, you ain't been lost, but you got a testimony, Deborah. People think a testimony is because they got a headache. Hallelujah. People think a testimony because they got a brand new car, they got a new house. That's their testimony. But Deborah, you got a testimony all around your waist. And that's what I do, y'all. When I talk to strangers and I go place, I say, can you see it? They say, see what? I say, you can't see all my testimony, but let me tell you, they're around me. You just can't see them. Because the truth be told, I got some testimony, y'all. You see? That's what it was for. So for me to be going through all that I went through and 3 sons passing away, goes through all of this and can't tell nobody something. Something wrong with you, not me. Okay. Now let's go to the next verse is going to be Galatians chapter 1. Let's see what it said. I'm trying to lock you into understanding it ain't about you and what you have to believe and what you have to see and what you have to understand. Because he said this thing don't come by you see it. It don't come by you understand it. It don't come by your feelings, your emotion, and your personal opinion. This thing come by hearing. And hearing the Ruach HaKodesh. And you can't hear the Ruach HaKodesh if the Ruach HaKodesh is not in you. His spirit has to rest in your spirit. So y'all can have that one ear that he speaks of. He that has an ear, let him hear. Galatians. And the beauty of, I can tell you, the beauty that I see in the spiritual realm of YouTube is it weans away those that's lost without a cause. And I like that because you don't have to deal with it, you know. Many people, when it's too powerful for them to really grip and understand, they take off running. But they've been running all their life, yeah. They've been running from their own self. They've been running from their own spirit. Hallelujah. Father, Yah. Now, where did that come from? Oh, Father, Yah. They've been running from themselves. So that's about right. Okay, let's go here to, where's my chapter? Come on here. I start to say, I'm going to get me a new Bible. It ain't got nothing to do with a new Bible. It's got to do with, I need to slow down. Okay, Galatians chapter 1. And we're gonna hit 7 and 8. I was really wanting to cover 8, but we're gonna hit 7 and 8. Galatians chapter 1, verse 7 and 8. Which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of what? Y'all see what's that? The gospel of the power. Didn't I just tell you that? Converting the power. Everybody running around here converting the power because that's what they denied. See, people had a problem. They didn't have a problem with Yeshua saying, they didn't have a problem with him saying that he is Yeshua, the son of Yah. They had a problem when he said that he is Yeshua HaMashiach, the son of Yah. Let me say that right. I think I said that wrong. They didn't have a problem with him saying that he is Yeshua, the son of man. Wasn't he the son of man? Yes, he was. The problem they had with him is when he said, I'm Yeshua HaMashiach, the son of Yah. They didn't want that. You can be the flesh, son of man, but we ain't gonna deal with you being the son of Yah. You ain't Yah. You ain't the Father. You ain't his son. That's where they had the problem. Why is that? I'm going back to what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Stop denying my Father's power. The Father created everything through his power. Stop denying it. Stop denying the fact that he created everything before the foundation of the world. in him through his own power. We need to stop that. Deny, want to accept him just like the Son of Man, Yeshua. But when you say the Son of Yah, oh no, we ain't going to accept that power, Deborah. Oh no, because you don't know nothing about it. You didn't sit your butt long enough to be taught about what was taking place in Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2. You didn't sit down long enough. Matter of fact, you didn't sit down at no time. Now, in Galatians chapter 1 and in verse 7, it says, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel. Where's Yeshua in that, y'all? Hamashiach? Wait a minute. Why Hamashiach? Because it's the power. That's what they converted. They got a lot of people off path, got all of people going down a different road somewhere. Because when you start to believe stuff without the power, you in your flesh and in theirs too. Okay, verse 8. But though we are an angel. Wait a minute, Sister Deborah, didn't you just teach this? Didn't you teach what took place before the foundation of the world? They don't believe that you were angels. But that's okay. Y'all said you got to still stay in the race. Just run that race, girl. You know you got to finish line. I told you what I gave you. Get on that track and keep running. Don't fall. And if you fall, get up. Keep running. Run to the finish line, Deborah. So what? You don't see nobody running on the left. You don't see nobody running on the right. Keep running forward. In a higher. Okay? Keep running. And this here in verse 8, first Galatians chapter 1, verse 8. But though we are an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. You see? Why is it Paul and them calling themselves angels from heaven? But we down here making a lie to everybody except for us. It's got to go our way. You know why? To know what took place before the foundation of the world and to know that everything was already predestined, ordained, and orchestrated by a higher would take all of what you lied about. It won't cover you. It won't help you. Your lies. That means every church door that was open at one time, whether it's 10 years, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, was a lie. Every Hebrew Israelite is a liar, and the truth is not in them. See, that's what it does. Well, who is truth then? If we all are lies, who is the truth? A higher. You see? And he is spirit, and he is truth. Every man is a liar. And now I understand that in its fullness. Every church, every synagogue, every Catholic, every belief has lied. So that's what he was telling me years ago. Deborah, ain't none of them got it right. You know how many times he said that to me in my life? At least several times. Deborah, it don't matter. Ain't none of them got it right. So what does that lead me to believe? Rest in him, my angel. Rest in him. No, there's nothing wrong with fellowshipping, coming together. Matter of fact, he said when there's two and more joined together, he will be in the midst. And the reason why you see many camps and churches and everything coming together, because he's not in the midst. They're coming together in the name of man. Man wisdom, man knowledge, man understanding. And that's what they feeding on. They loving the idea of it's the way man see it. But they never want to know the light that's shining in darkness today. And that is spirit, and that is truth. Now here, how is it Paul can say this in which he said, Galatians chapter 1, verse 8, but though we are an angel from heaven. But Sister Deborah, get on here and tell you what took place before the foundation of the world. We were all angels, and what this happened. Sister girl then drew 2 pictures and breaking that thing down, and you can't get the spirits to understand it, but it's still going the way Ahia said. I'm going to bring light in the midst of darkness. Can they see? No. If I don't give them the eyes to see, they ain't going to see. If I don't give them the ears to hear, they ain't going to hear. So you stand down, just keep on speaking spirit and truth and giving what I've given you. I know you didn't think you would live this long to be able to speak the things in which you were taught, but you have. You was appointed and anointed from heaven for a day and a time as this. Keep running that race. Keep running that race. Now, when you get to 1 Corinthians 16, listen to this. 1 Corinthians, now Paul didn't know who they were before they came down. They didn't know who they were, but what brings them to knowing who he are? What made Paul know what he is and who he is? After he was over there, wasn't he killing Christians, as you call them, Christian people? Wasn't he with the man, bring them in, and they behead these people and did things to these people? Yes, he was. But that didn't stop the mission y'all had birthed in them before the foundation of the world. See? That's the power. It rules. It knows what it have orchestrated. Just because you used to drink and you was an alcoholic don't mean nothing to Ahia. You still belong to him. He had you locked in before you came down. You see? So what? You used to be a crackhead. So what? So what? You used to sell your body. So what? What you are on the earth is not what you is locked in heaven. Get it right. And now that you know that now you are set free. This is what everywhere around the world don't want to hear. Is what Sister Deborah's talking. Because it sends the power back where it comes from. And let it rest therein. It don't give them the power to sling this word any way they want to. It don't give them the power to control you and dictate you. Go left, go right, go up, go down, dress like this, look like this, eat like this, do this. Why? Why? Because when you find out that heavens had orchestrated it before anything, why you think he said your gift was before repentance? I said before you was born, I had already put in your gifts. And there are many people right today, as I speak, that don't know their purpose. They haven't activated their gifts because they still sitting in darkness, waiting for some light to shine on, and it ain't coming. It ain't coming. If he's seeing who he's seeing to give you a speck needle of a light, and you turn around and say, I'm still waiting for him to tell me what I need to do and how I need to do it and the way I need to do it, when you ain't who you think you are. Because we're in the midnight hour, he says. Tell him that. And that's no play. What other hour you think you're going to get in? And who told you that there's going to be more time for you to decide what you want to do? If it's in you, it's in you. By now, it would be showing you who you are in him. But if it ain't, you need to try to figure out who you are. That's the truth. That's the truth of the whole matter. So if Paul can sit and tell you that we are angels, which he's talking about him and those that he has been around, when they are angels, he knows everybody's angels. Now listen to this. 1 Corinthians chapter 16. 1 Corinthians chapter 16. There are, if you ever want to sit down, and this is like the father said, he said, Deborah, you see that book that they just smeared? He said, that book been around thousands of years. Ain't none of them picked it up and really read it in spirit and truth. Because if they did, they could see every word you speaking. When you talk, what took place before the foundation of the world, they would have been able to see it and wouldn't question Ahia. Because you're not questioning me, you're questioning him. And if you got an answer for him, ask him. You want a deeper walk with him, seek him. You want to get so close to him, knock on the door. But you better bet. You better be somebody knocking on his door. You better be somebody seeking him. And you better be somebody asking. Because Satan can seek him. He can ask him and he can knock. So you better know who you are. Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 22. Where am I? Let me see. 16, verse 22. And what does it read, Deborah? If any man, it says love, not Yeshua HaMashiach, let him. No, that ain't it. No. That's not right. 16 and nope, that's not it. Nope, I got the wrong one. Yep, that's the wrong one. But that's the one they gave me to look for. But yeah, that's something else. That's something. Nope, that don't deal with the angel. Let's try. Did we go to Hebrew? Chapter 1. Did we do Hebrew? No, we didn't. Did we go to Hebrew? No. Let's go to Hebrew. That's it. Hebrew chapter 1, verse 14. And we're not going to be long, but I will say, like I said, anytime you have any question, go to him yourself. See what he is. Especially when it comes down to Deborah. Go to the Father. Go in your closet. Go in that closet. And in your thought of your flesh, say, who is she? And shut your ugly mouth and let him answer. Okay? The thing about it, you got to shut that ugly mouth. You got to shut that flesh up. Let that spirit respond. He knows your thoughts before you walk into the closet. So stop trying to rule him and tell him everything. But if you have a thought of who is she, well, let him tell you. What did I say? Hebrew chapter 1. And that's verse 14. I don't know if I might have. Chapter 1, verse 14. No, I don't think I did. Verse 14. Oh, no, I haven't. Okay. Let's go to Hebrew chapter 1. We're going to up it verse 13 and 14. Just listen to this. But to which of the angels? First, I want to see if this can be gripped. I don't know if it could or not. I don't care. I'm about to slam on this one here. Okay. But to which of the angels, do you see an S behind angels? Okay. Said he at any time sit on the right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. It says, which of the angels said he at any time? Which angel was Ahiah talking to? Yeshua. He was an angel. He was used as a sacrifice to come down to redeem us, the angels that we were in heaven, to redeem us back to him. He was an angel too. That's why it's called the Son of Man and the Son of Yah. I know it. They taught you a lot of, and it's okay. It's okay. Only thing that I'm going to sum it up. When I sum it up, I'm going to tell you why it's important to know spirit and truth. Now, it says, Hebrews chapter 1, verse 13. But to which of the angels said, you're talking about Ahiah, when he said, which one did he say? Sit here, he, at any time. Sit on my right hand. Who was Ahiah talking to? Who was Ahiah talking to? Anybody know in the live chat? Who was he talking to? Yeshua. Sit here on my right hand till I make thy enemy thy footstool. Notice it in the beginning, it says, which one of the angels was that said to? Because all of them are angels, and he was an angel too. So it's telling you, Ahiah said something to a certain one of those angels, and it was Yeshua. He was an angel. Now watch this here. Verse 14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister to them who shall inherit salvation. He wasn't coming for people like they thinking. He was coming for those who was going to already be the inheritance that has already been adopted back to Yah. That's what Yeshua was talking. That's who Yeshua came for. You see, the lost sons of Yah, bringing them back. They were angels. Listen to this, verse 14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be the inheritors of salvation? Wait a minute, when were they inherit? Wait a minute, hold up, Father. Y'all, you talking in Hebrew, the chapter of Hebrew. See, already. Why? Before the foundation of the world was this done, y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with your choice. This ain't got nothing to do with your will, your personality, your personal opinion, your feelings. No. You can call it any way you want. You can call it up, you can call it down. Now listen to what it says. Hebrews chapter 1. But to which of the angels, which one of the angels said he at any time, sit on my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool? 14. Are they not all ministers, spirit, sent forth to minister to them? There you go. That's Sister Deborah. An angel called, appointed, and anointed to come down as a prophetess in the wilderness. A ministering spirit. To those, hallelujah. What's the title? The angels that rest in spirit and truth. Isn't that beautiful? That's what I'm here for. To those. So I say today, all that thou hast given me, Father, to hear my voice, I will say it's impossible to lose one because it is his will and not mine. Hallelujah. Now we're going to go to Mark. No, we're going to go to Psalms 110. Let's see what Psalms 110, and then we're going to go to Mark. In Psalms 110, Psalms 110, verse 1. Let's see what that's. Let's just see what that's saying. I think that's going to bounce off of Hebrew chapter 13 and 14. Chapter 1 of Hebrews, verse 13 and 14. Psalms chapter 110, verse 1. 110 and verse 1. I think it's going to bump out for that. Listen to this. Ahiah said unto my Lord. What David talking about? Listen to this. Ahiah said unto my Lord. Wait a minute, David. Where was you? What do you know about that? You were before Yeshua. So what are you talking about? Listen to it. Ahiah said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand till I make thy enemy thy footstool. Anybody get it? I know you don't, but I just wanted to add that. Did anybody get it? You see? You heard the verse where it says which angel was he talking to? Because it was Yeshua, the angel that was slaughtered before the foundation of the world for the mission. He was telling him to sit here on my right, until I make the earth your footstool. Now here it is in Psalms 110. Listen to this. David has the audacity to be saying something. Hey man, wait a minute, hold up, David. What do you got to say? What are you talking about, David? You was before Yeshua, because heaven, David was given enough to know what heaven had already orchestrated. Just like Sister Deborah sitting here trying to give it to the people. Light, that's all it is. Even if it's a pin needle, that's enough. Because I heard faith can be a pin needle if you just have a little of it. But it's what, you know why? If you have a little, it's because it's been given to you by Ahiah. So that little is a lot. Because the Creator giving you a little faith. because he felt that's all you need. You see, faith is a gift from the Most High Yah. And even if it's a pen needle, it's all good because it's from Yah. So here he says, Psalms 110, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand. Now see how he said, now this is what's sad. This is what's really sad. You see how David he was able to separate Yeshua, an angel, from the Father of the heaven and of the earth. That's what Yeshua did all the time he was here, trying to get us to understand our Father and really the power therein and who he was, is, and going to always be. We missed it. The whole time Yeshua walked, we missed the whole mission because we so busy beholding and paying and focusing on stupid stuff like different people who played roles in the Bible. We have focused on Enoch. We didn't focus on David. We didn't focus on everybody. And we've forsaken the two that was, not the two, the one that was present at the beginning in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, and never got spirited truth of the matter of those two chapters when there was no sin. So if we wanted to go back and really look, we'll find out we missed a whole lot in those two chapters because we made it what we wanted to make it. You see? So here he said, here is David said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand till I make thy enemy thy footstool. He already knew, David, that the Messiah was going to come. See, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't have to do it the way y'all said he had to do it. He don't have to orchestrate things the way y'all said it has to go. He finished it. He's the author. He's the finisher. And it's been finished before the foundation of the world. All he asks you to do is walk therein. If he's giving you trust, if he's giving you belief, if he's giving you the gift of faith, you in there. He even give you the spirit of fear, that you may fear him. He'll give you that too. Stop thinking that you got what you got because you all this and some. That's a lie from the pit of hell, and that's your flesh talking. Okay? So let's go to Mark, and we're going to sum it up with Mark chapter 13. This is the last verse. Mark chapter 13. Mark chapter 13. He don't have to answer to us. We need to get off of that. He don't have to say it exactly like we want it said. He don't have to do it exactly like we want to do it. He don't have to be the way we said. He is who he say he is. He about what he say, and he say what he's about. What are you talking about? Get with his program or get somewhere and sit down. Mark chapter 13, verse 32. Mark chapter 13, verse 32, and it reads, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heavens, neither the Son, but a higher himself. You see that, child? He is a private Father. He is a private creator. He don't have to answer to the Son. He don't have to answer and bow to Yeshua. He don't have to answer to the angels. He rules. So where we are stuck on stupid, thinking he has to rumble the way we say it, he has to say it like we want to hear it. He has to do it like we want it done. And guess what your ignorance is? I don't even say ignorance. Where your stupidity is. It's finished. He orchestrated everything from the heavens. So your tail can't get the credit. You can't boast. You can't get the glory, but are you getting it? Yeah, you're getting it from the flesh of man and women. And guess what? That's walking straight in the broad gate. So he don't have no problem. You can go, here goes something right here. What are you trying to get to? You trying to get to the broad gate? Oh, here it is right here. Go, you can go right there. It's easy. You can go on in. It's real easy. So if anybody in the live chat has any question that they might want to ask Deborah regarding the angels rest in spirit and truth. They trust that heavens were already, they already know the heaven was orchestrated. Let me see if I can get that. Let me show y'all something that's deep. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Pull it up. Hold up. I'm going to say it because I already know it, but I want to make sure I say it exactly the way it reads. Okay. And I'm not seeing it where I can get it. Maybe I'll do it the next time I come on live. I think I will cover that the next time. That would be something I'm gonna talk about as soon as I get on. And that was, let me tell you what I can remember. When Yeshua came on the scene, and no, I'm gonna get it. I got to get it. Oh, I got to get it now. And it's another part to show you the deepness of John the Baptist. Okay. John the Baptist said, the lamb slaughtered before the foundation of the world. Oh, come on. Here, let me see if I. And he was saying, I knew him. Hallelujah. John the Baptist was saying, my God, come on now, Deborah. You know, John the Baptist was saying, he spilled them, y'all. He spilled it. And it wasn't for you and everybody else. It's who out there that Ahia will reveal it to it, show you to it. John the Baptist was saying, wait a minute now. I knew him before he was here. I knew him. See, John the Baptist spilled it. And when you're not walking in spirit and truth, you wouldn't have never got it. Hold up 1 minute so I can get that for you all. Let me get my go in here and get my phone that I turned off so I can see if I can pull it up. Maybe somebody in the live chat can pull it up. When John the Baptist said he knew it. That's funny to me. Because it's what Sister Deborah is talking about. It's so funny because even John the Baptist knew heaven had already orchestrated everything. Okay, but what he had a problem with when he was in prison, John the Baptist said, wait a minute. He told his disciples, go back and ask him. Now, are you the one or should I look for another? Oh, I got to get that for y'all. Hold up. I got to get that verse for y'all, okay? Because it's every last one of y'all say, I never thought of it. I never knew that happened. John the Baptist said, I knew thee before. Let's see here. I got to get this here. Oh, they got on Google. Did John the Baptist know Yeshua as the Messiah? I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you all, you just don't know anything about the light. You got to know. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if this is it. It is so, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Okay, watch this here. I think this is it. Wait a minute. Then come Jesus in Jordan, and Jesus baptized him. But John obeyed him, saying, I have no need to baptize thee and come to me. He said, suffer it to be so that I may forbid. And he suffered it, and Jesus went on. No, that's not it. That's not the verse. That's not the verse. I got to get on that. That's a good top. Oh, that's a really. I got to get on that. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold up. I can't. Let me try this one. Let me see if this is it. I don't know if anybody can anybody. Okay, we got Matthew 11. Is that it? Thank you. Let's see if that's it. It's when I finish talking about it, it's gonna be funny. It don't seem like what Matthew's 11 verse 3. Is that it? And it came to pass when Yeshua had made an end of the commanding his 12 disciples, he departed hence to teach and to preach. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. 11 and 3. Oh no, wait a minute, hold up. And said unto him, Art thou he that should come and do me? Yeah, that's right. You're right. Now you see what John said. You see what John said. John was saying, Are thou he that should come, or do we look for another? Anybody in the live chat, what is John talking about? While I look for this, who in the live chat can tell me what is John talking about? He sent his disciples to tell Yeshua. Who in the live chat? And this is, I shouldn't ask that question because it's going to make me feel sad. It's going to make me feel real sad. Oh, no. Oh, I got to get my other Bible. Wait a minute. Oh, come on, Deborah. You know that one. Look, you all. This ain't right. Let me show y'all something. This is crazy. I bet you anything. I ain't gonna bet you, but I'm just saying, look at my Bible. Torn out. That page that I think I need. Let me go get my other Bible. Anybody found it? Anybody get it? Nope, nobody got it. You know what? I'm gonna get me a good laugh on. I'm gonna go over that. If I don't find it, I'm gonna have to go over that. Let me see here. Oh, I'm in the wrong verse. Wait a minute. Okay, I got it too. I got it. Let's go to the Gospel of John. The Gospel of St. John, or John, chapter 1, verse 30. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, y'all. Are y'all ready? Put a thumbs up because I'm finna get into this. I'm finna mess you up from the floor up now. And this is so funny to me. This is so funny. And what is that you had? You had Matthew's 11 and 3. Watch how I bump on this here, y'all. Watch how this go to sound. Father, y'all, thank you for that laugh. I mean, because it's so that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, I got you over here. I got you over here too, John. I got you here. Okay, you ready? Here we go. In the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 32 and 33, it reads, and John bare record, saying, I saw the Spirit descending from heavens like a dove, and it abide upon him. Now you see 33, listen very careful. And I knew him not. I knew him not. Who did he know not? Listen to this. But, now this is going to get you right here. Listen to this. But he that sent me to baptize with water, the same said unto me, upon whom thou shalt see the Spirit descended and remaineth on him, the same is he which baptized with the Ruach HaKodesh. See how John telling y'all? And you know what? What John is saying is this. I know you missed it, y'all. Y'all, you want me to tell y'all something? Y'all in the live chat, but you 100 missed it. No, nobody in the live chat can tell me the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 33. You missed it. John is like this. Listen to what John is saying, y'all. And I knew him not. Watch this here. He's saying he don't know the Son of Man. Hallelujah. I don't know Yeshua. I don't know nothing about him. That's what they didn't accept. And many didn't know that. They didn't accept the fact that he was the Son of Man, calling himself the Father, the Messiah. That's what they didn't like. They didn't like that he was claiming to be the Son of Yah. They didn't have no problem with him being the Son of Man. But when he said, I'm the Son of Yah, they said, hold up, you ain't the Messiah. You's a liar. You see, what was the kick? Here go John. What did John say? And I knew him not. Who is him? I didn't know the Deborah. I didn't know the Son of Man. Watch this here. But he that sent me. Who sent John? Who sent John? Who sent John? John said, but he that sent me to baptize with this water. So John telling you, this ain't me. This ain't what I come down here to do. Get it right, y'all. Y'all can't get it unless the Spirit lets you see it. You can't see it. John said, look, I didn't come down here baptizing. Wait a minute. He sent me here. What did he say? To baptize with water. The same one that sent me here to baptize with water. This is what he said to me where? In heaven. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. John the Baptist telling it like it is. John the Baptist is just now stating something took place before the foundation of the world. His whole mission was orchestrated and y'all missed it. Missed it. That's what disturbs me. It's the fact you can put the pure word down and like the Father say, except I give them an eye to see and an ear to hear. Deborah, it ain't nothing you can say that they can see nor hear unless I give them the ability to see and hear. Now, John the Baptist said in verse 33, the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 33. John said, I knew him not. Hold up. Didn't you see him at a distance and you called him out? Now you saying you knew him not? Listen to him. I knew him not. He didn't know the Son of Man, Yeshua. He didn't know him. But guess what? What did he say? But, Deborah, tell him, but he that sent me, who sent John? Who sent John? The Father. To baptize with water, the the Father was telling John that he was going down to baptize with water to prepare the way for the Messiah. John said, wait a minute. This one I don't know. This the Son of Man. Okay? The one the Father told me to look at to find out if he is the Messiah. This is what he said. He said, he sent me to baptize with water. The same said unto me, upon whom thou shalt see the Spirit descending and remaining on him, the same is he which baptized with the Holy Ghost, which is the Ruach HaKodesh. You see? What John was saying, I know what I'm here to do. Deborah, you say, you know your purpose, you know your calling. You's a prophetess in the wilderness. Well, Deborah, I came down to prepare the way for the Messiah. That's my calling. That's my purpose. And to baptize with water. He told me that's what I was coming down to do. John's sitting here letting you know that. Heavens had already orchestrated his mission to do what he was doing. And then he turned around and said, but when Yeshua came, the Son of Man, I didn't know who he was. But I remember what the Father said to me in heaven. That's what John is telling y'all. I remember what the Father said to me in heaven. He that the Spirit descended and remained on him, the same is he which baptized with the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. So when he saw that dove, you remember John told him? What John told him? Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm not supposed to be baptizing you. If you are the Messiah, you say you are. If you really are, I ain't got no business baptizing you. What did Yeshua say? No, we got to do this. This is what the Father sent us down to do. We got to fulfill what he had us to do. And that's why John went on and baptized him. Because John was like, wait a minute, you ain't the one. But when John saw what Ahiah told him in heavens, not on the earth, that his mission is to see the Spirit descend on him. Remember the dove and heaven open up? That was to seal John. That was the one that was in heaven. Because John is like, wait a minute, I didn't know him. But wait a minute. I know the one that sent me, but not him. So when John was in prison, John was, ever close this up because y'all ain't going to get it. John was in prison. John was telling his disciples, go back. Ask him, is he the one or should we look for another? Because John said, it's time for me to decrease because the Messiah got to increase and it's time for me to decrease. I don't have no problem, Deborah, decreasing. I know what took place before the foundation of the world. I knew what took place before the foundation of the world. My mission was predestined for a time period. And I knew that once the Messiah come on the scene, I must decrease. I don't have no problem decreasing, Deborah. But I want to make sure the Messiah is on the scene. Because from what I can see, he's the Son of Man. So he said, disciples, go ask him. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Go ask him, are you the one? Or should we look for another? John, what you talking about? Deborah, I'm talking about. Are you the one with the power? Or should we look for another? Because John said it's time for me to decrease. Until I know and seen the power being performed, then I can't decrease. So what Yeshua said? Yeshua didn't tell the disciples, yes, go back and tell him, I'm Yeshua HaMashiach. I'm the Son of Yah and the Son of Man. I'm the Messiah. John didn't tell. That ain't what they went and told. That is not what Yeshua said to his disciples to take word back to John. You know what Yeshua said? Tell them the power is working. Hallelujah. The power is working. Yeshua said the lame is walking. The blind is seeing. That's the power, y'all. That's the power. That's all John wanted. That's all John wanted. Oh, yeah, you the one, Dan. You the one. Bye-bye. I'm gone. See you later. Oh, that's beautiful. my head off. You can do whatever you want. It's time for me to decrease. Because he knew his mission. What is yours? What is your purpose? Angels rest in spirit and truth. But what is your purpose? What are you here for? 2022, you still don't know. You're still running around here trying to say who said something that's right and who said something that's wrong. If somebody said this and somebody said that, you confused, go to the Father yourself. That's why I said now. Seek and ask. He's talking about him. Go to the altar yourself. Okay? To get the answer that you need. Because let me tell you something. You mess with Sister Deborah, he'll give it to you. You see what I'm saying? He'll give it to you. You might not like what he's going to give you, but he'll give it to you. Because one thing I'm going to tell y'all, I have accepted that everybody holds and embrace false prophets, false prophetess, false teacher. Embrace them to the fullness. Why would you say that, Deborah? That's why the gate is broad. That's why that gate is broad. Because that's what everybody do. They follow those in the broad gate. The wrong ones. They don't know that the narrow gate is for a higher. And those that walk therein, like I say, the angels rest in spirit and truth. They ain't got time for this yang, 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 yang. You can't do this. You can't do this. You got to look like this. You got to walk like, sit down and stop acting like clowns. That message I just gave you about Yeshua and John just told you as plain as day. I was in heaven and I received my mission. Heaven's told me when you get down there, you're going to baptize with water. Hallelujah. You're going to prepare the way for the Messiah. You're going to go down there and baptize with water. And when the Messiah comes, only way you're going to know is when the Spirit descended on him, which was the dove. That's when he knew that Yeshua was the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit was on him. That's when he knew. But guess what? He still wasn't sure. Why? Let me tell you how beautiful that was. The angel called John the Baptist. He did really good. Because what he was saying is, they finna kill me. My Father in heaven sat me down. Deborah, he sat me down and told me my mission. And my mission wasn't for me to decrease until the Messiah increase. And what is the Messiah going to increase on? Anybody know? Power. Power. So John said, I knew the power, but I didn't know the Son of Man. But I knew the power, but I didn't know the Son of Man. So when his disciples went and asked Yeshua, are you the one, John said, or should we look for another one? What did Yeshua say? Well, go tell him the lame is walking and the blind is seeing. That means the power is at work. John the Baptist says, oh yeah, I must decrease. It's time to go home. I think that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Those are the things we miss. And it ain't important that you get it today. Because if he ain't orchestrated you in a purpose in him, you ain't going to get nothing no way. So it doesn't matter. But do we stop running our race? Should Deborah end her mission? Look at John the Baptist. He did not want to leave. He's in prison. When you saw him at a distance, you said the Messiah. Then you baptized him and everything was shown, but you didn't want to decrease. John the Baptist said, I ain't going to get out of here until I know. And on the way I know if the power is at work, then it's time for me to decrease. I'm ready to get up out of here. But that's what he wanted to be sure. Because if not, say for instance, if they didn't come back and tell him the power was at work, John the Baptist probably would have fought his way out. Oh yeah, he would have fought his way out. And then he would have knew that it wasn't his time. You see, and he knew that energy and everything, he had to go back in and argue and fight, try to get out and fight out and everything. But when he heard that the lame was walking and the blind, woo, John said, oh, it's over, yeah. That's why Paul said, I fought a good fight. I finished my course. Y'all don't understand. These people are saying to you all, they done what they needed to do for us, what the Father had on them. These angels knew that, what Paul say, when I try to do right, evil is present. You see, there's always a thorn in my side. That's to remind him. So don't think that because Sister Deborah is a prophetess, that she's perfect and excellent. That's the biggest mistake all the Christians in Catholic Church has. When they see somebody teaching and preaching, they want to put them above y'all and make them better than or higher. Perfect. No. Be ye perfect as he is perfect. Mean in your spirit. Be perfect. Not in this nasty flesh. You can't be that. And then he turned around and told us over and over, I'm going to hold you blameless. You're going to be held blameless. None of y'all want to do the search on that either. See, this is what he's saying. So that people can come out of this captivity in their minds and in their spirit. And I'm talking about the spiritual mind. Come out of that captivity. Because once you can come out of that captivity in your spirit mind, your flesh ain't got nothing coming. So did anyone have any questions regarding this message or anything before we end this video? Anybody? Anybody? No, he wasn't. And that's why I was saying that's beautiful, ain't it? He wasn't jealous. He wasn't envy. He said, but if you go and read 33, he tells you how Ahiah talked to him in the heaven and told him what he coming out here to do. And that's what Sister Deborah was saying the 2 times I was teaching what took place before the foundation of the world. See, he knew. See, Ahiah gonna let, he said, if it was so, it would fool his. If it was so, it will fool the very elect. The very elect. The very elect are those that Ahiah has elect to not be fooled. But it was from the heavens, not from the earth. So we can't gain no credit in our flesh. He said we all listen something. We ain't nothing. And yet you're right. He wasn't jealous or nothing. Yep, he wanted to increase. Very good. Yes, that's right. He wanted to Yeshua to increase so he can go on and decrease. And you just imagine he seemed like he was a sad man though. The way that it just seemed like he just knew but then you got to think he came down here on a mission. That's the thing about it. He came down here on a mission. Thank you. Yeah, he was wanting to do his mission. And all it is, I'm gonna tell you what it really is about. The things that I've been saying in the last couple of weeks is to set you free. Don't be in prison to the ways of all these people that set themselves in a religion setting. Because Ahiah said, I have set you free. And what did it say? He that Ahiah has set free is free indeed. So why are we in captivity to all these religions, y'all? Somebody need to answer that for me. Why do we have to do everything that somebody else say we have to do? And y'all done ruled it from the heaven before anything was created. It doesn't make any sense. No, you can ask that question. You said you had one earlier. You can still ask it if you want to ask it. I'm still available. I still got another 10 minutes. So it's up to you. Yes, praise the Most High. Ahiah. So if he knew John the Baptist's mission, he knew Yeshua's mission. What makes you think he didn't send you, or he don't know nothing about your purpose? Praise the Most High, Yah. Yes. I mean, it's just somewhere in me, I don't know. I'm finna go hide in the hole. I'm gonna tell you, I'm finna go in the backyard and get in the hole. Dig me a long, deep hole somewhere. Wonderful. Set you free. That's right. And don't let nobody, baby, don't ever let nobody put you in that type of captivity, because he set you free so you can walk in the light. That's the purpose. If you feel that you've been set free from that message, that's because he wants you to walk in the light. And let me tell you something. He ain't telling you to work it out. He's saying he's gonna. Like a lot of people don't understand, when he sent them 4 angels on the 4 corners to do something to the earth, the trees, and the sea and the land. Guess what? I don't know if it was the land, it had to be, because it said earth. He told another angel, said, hold up, seal minds before you do anything. So we have to understand that he done a lot of things that we're just bypassing. Why are we listening to them tell us what we need to be doing? What do? That makes us look to him more. It makes us turn from them to him. It makes us turn from Deborah's ugly face and turn to him. Give him glory and praise and honor. You see? So that's the whole idea of understanding and getting and gripping what took place before the foundation of the world. Once you really sit down and key that in, before the foundation of the world, predestined, ordained, it'll all tell you everything was finished before it even started. That lets you know that it ain't nothing you done to get you to where you at. Ain't that something? That if that's not setting you free, what is? It's like all that was ordered. Didn't he say he ordered our steps in him? So why is it our steps we order? It ain't about the steps that we have taken that were so horrible. Believe it or not, some of our baddest things that have happened in our life got us to where we at today. I mean, really, it was a step to where we at today. Yes, many a times I entertained them one-on-one. I saw them. That's why I don't like too much. I tell you about heathens and Gentiles, but I don't too much bother, because I've seen him work in all nationalities, not all Europeans and blacks. I've seen him work through both of them. So that's why I can't too much tell you all that, oh no, they are going to get, those that have done what they have done, they're going to get theirs. And us that done what we're going to have done, we're going to be measured and judged as well. So ain't nobody's going to get away with anything. But when it all said and done, those that came as the sons of Yah, he said, I'm going to hold you blameless. You know, because you came from the heavens. You were on always in my bosom. So you're going to return. And that's what John was trying to get back to. John said, no, wait a minute. Oh, you won? Yeah. Oh, the power's out? I'm gone. He didn't go after that. Behead me, take whatever you want. But yes, I have. And pierced in the eyes of one that had ocean eyes like an ocean. Mm-hmm. But he said not a word. Now, don't let them do that, because that's the whole idea of these platforms, is putting people in captivity. You see how many people that would go to everything that somebody say about Beyonce, Jay-Z. You should see all of the people that would follow to hear and to reminisce and to get involved. All of the wicked and evil on the same platform. We said a higher is on. So you see where I'm saying? So this cannot. I'm going to set an example. I'm just saying what I would think would be an example. If you got 100 people on YouTube, and that's all you have on here is 100, you might have 2 that's speaking spirit and truth, that's about your Father's business. The other one is strictly following the route of Satan, with no doubt about it. That's why he can say a small remnant, because to him, if he says small, you best bet it's a small remnant. You know why? Because what do they say? 1,000 is like one, I think they say to him. So therefore, what do you think a small is? You get what I'm saying? People don't think like that. They don't look at that in that way. So when we're thinking all of us are going, you got to understand. Just try your best to get your flesh under the subjection to your spirit, where your flesh can recognize that your spirit is dealing with the most high or higher. But if your flesh don't recognize it, it's going to fight up against anything that you do and keep you from worshiping and putting him first. Yes, Father, yeah. Mm-hmm. And don't let nobody be putting y'all in nobody. Sister Deborah either. Don't let them do you like that. Y'all don't need to be in that. Too much stuff is going on. And I'm showing what I did. I was standing and I began to write all the crime that took place in a 24-hour. And my spirit says, freeze it. And I was like, let it go. You know why? It would have took over. It would have took over me in my flesh, because it was just that many things that had taken place in a 24-hour. I'm talking about my people. Now, let me stop saying my people. I'm talking about Negroes. I mean, off the chain, y'all. I mean, a man, this particular man, he called the police because his fries were cold, and he had a big time warrant out on him. You see the mental state of mind? Y'all don't know. Y'all don't even know what you're dealing with. And so much. I need some way out, y'all. I need to get rid of this store I have, and I don't know how. So the only thing I think is to walk away from it, because I don't know what to do. Because let me tell you something. These heathens don't ever think that they're gonna they wouldn't buy. And they walk in and they would talk about how beautiful the store is. They'd be shocked when they see it's me. Mm-hmm. They be in there. But then those that the Europeans, men, a lot of the men do. A lot of the men and some of the women. But to me, the women have a nastier attitude, because when they first walk in, they be saying, "Oh, I like this. Oh, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. Oh, I like it." But then when they see it's you, they walk out. I need to get out of that. I don't know how. That's something I have to put before the Father. And you know what it's going to have to do? Is give up. I'm going to have to just give it up. I'm going to have to give it up. All of it. Just give it up. And I am. Because my kids and my ex-husband tell you, that girl will give up anything. No money don't mean nothing to her. And it don't. I'm going to have to give it up, though. The only thing that I think about is, I did have a vision that I was going to have a thrift store, and it was going to be a booth in the middle, and the store was going to be surrounding around me. Now, I saw this, y'all, in a vision twice when I was staying in Atlanta. I saw that. Now, where I'm at now, it's not like that. But it's a beautiful thrift store, a beautiful one. But the thing about it is, you're dealing with heathens, and they don't want to buy. And your own kind, they go on here all the way, baby. I mean, and when they come in, they say, "Ma'am, it's your store." My own kind. When I say my own, Negroes, you own this store? And I'm like, if people only understand the way I have this thrift store is all connected to how Ahia gave it to me. You see, it's how he gave it to me. You see, it is not. It's just hard. One day I'm gonna just do a video and let you all didn't see the store, but it just. I mean, you don't make money, you don't make nothing, because these people come in there, they don't want to buy from you. Your own kind don't want to buy. And the heathens and the Gentiles, they get so jealous. They get so, oh, no, she don't own it. You own her. They walk out. Ain't that sad? That's sad, ain't it? And they the poor of the poor. because it's over a lot of trailer homes over in that area. And I'm thinking I'm going to be able to cater. And we have some of our people over there, but people from all over start coming because they look at the Route 66 as a historic place. So when they come, they see it and they were like, let's go in here. Oh, look at these. Oh, look at this. Oh, I like this. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. You should see them. But they ain't going to give you $1. They'll walk out and you can feel. I can. They'll walk out. And it's the sad part about it. I think that's the worst part. But I can't say it like that because that's not right. If God gave me that gift to be able to discern people, and a lot of times I can discern behind their feelings. And if I couldn't discern that it's envy and jealousy, then maybe I would have been okay. But that's what it is. They can't stand to see me in a store. And as long as my son said, see how when your counter was way over there in the corner, when they walk in, they start saying how nice, and you can hear all the good words and everything. But they walk out and not buy anything. And in the store, there's no way you can walk in and not buy something. It's just that cluttered with all kind of knickknacks, and it's impossible. You know, you don't even have to buy what you don't need. But you get in there, you're gonna find something that you need. And it's real sad. It's real sad. I'll be disappointed all the time. All the time. Today, let me explain. Today, I think I made $89. $89. That's it. $89. That's it. Friday, I think I made 60. No, yeah, something like 60. So it's not a place that makes anything, you see? And because of that, I asked the Father, I said, well, what am I going to do with all of this? And I'm going to do what I've been doing all my life. I don't let nothing put me in captive. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all probably say, that's a silly woman. That's a silly, silly woman. I will walk off and leave everything right there. And my kids and my ex-husband will tell you, this woman walks off a job. There ain't nobody done nothing to her but what they do to others. I feel that I'm a valuable employee because I go in there doing it like that. And when they finish, well, they be giving me a raise in 30 days, you know. Or we're gonna give you this position. That's how it is. That's the blessing of the Most High. You see, I can get in there and do all kind of jobs. That's the blessing. So if I get up and leave, I feel I'm putting a damper. See, y'all can disrespect and treat these people wrong, but me, I'm out. Now see if you get another like me. That's just how I do. I have always all my life, y'all, all my life. So that's why I said it's not easy. It's not hard for me to just walk away. So I think that's what I might just do. Only thing about it, the lady that's wealthy, who owns the property, she'll end up with all the stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I'm thinking maybe if I gave it to shelters, but I'm going to tell you what she did. This lady is rich, okay? And she asked me, she said, Deborah, have you ever heard of Food Bank? I said, yeah, I used to work for them. She said, first she kind of got scared, but she know me. I don't get into people's business and going snitching and telling. No, she already know. She think she's a heathen. She's a heathen. Her husband is a heathen. And she knows that I don't rumble like that, y'all. I don't go in people's mess and keep up mess. Even when I was in the church and saw things, what I saw, I don't go bother nobody. Said that, what was I talking about? She was asking me. She asked me, what was I talking about? I was talking about something just that quick. It disappeared. Must not have been important then. She said, what do you think Oh, about Food Bank. I said, yeah, I used to work for them. She said, you used to work for them? I said, yeah. She said, well, Deborah, my husband told me that I'm evil and wicked. I said, why? Because they sent me an application and I filled it out for food. I looked at her like she was a fool. She wealthy. I mean, when I say wealthy, she probably got a good 15 million. So if you don't call that wealthy, I don't know what. And I'm like looking at her. It wasn't a month later. I went in there to pay my bill. That I leased this property, this little spot. And I saw all this food in her place. And the first thing she said, Deborah, you can have whatever you want. I walked out of there and didn't get nothing. Now you rich. Why would you? The food bank is a place for people who are in need for food. You see? And what happened is these organizations, they get all that food. Plus government substance and money to buy food. But they get all this food. See, this is how the wealthy have done throughout time. Her husband had told her she's wicked and evil if she filled that application out. That girl didn't care. She filled it out. And she goes, I think, every month to get a load. I mean, truckload. And I said, she ain't got no right. And guess where she put it at? In her tavern, in her bar, where her office and everything is at. Just Google us. And then she give all the other heathens some of the food. I don't mess with her. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking she would love to have that place that I have, because my store is the main store in the whole plaza. I'm that number one store. Okay. But number one store, but ain't making nothing. They ain't either. And I told them their expectation is too low. And I feel that I'm getting just as low as they are to keep opening this store and not making anything. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I believe I will end up Charles, he say, you know you're going to end up walking away. You'll walk away from anything. I know I ain't got no sense, but I thank the Most High. I thank the Most High that He has given me the boldness to not let nothing get me so bogged down to where I feel that I'm in the corner, you know. Yep, food, and she just taking. Yeah, it was food bank. She was getting. You should seen all that they gave her, and how did she get that stuff? I don't know. Why would they do that? Why would they give this woman all this food? Oh my God! And she wealthy, and she said her husband told her she was evil and wicked. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when Walmart, my oldest son had his first job. I got him a job at Walmart because I used to work at Walmart. And they discriminated against him, and I sued Walmart. And I remember uh, suing Walmart, and I won. I won. But I remember Walmart just thinking about how, you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I did. And y'all gonna really say y'all don't like Deborah. Y'all probably won't ever come back to her page. Let me tell y'all what I did. I'm suing Walmart, right? EEOC came in to sue Walmart. I'm thinking on my behalf. So I kept seeing 300,000, 300,000, 300,000. So all of a sudden, I sat down probably 15 times and wrote out how I was going to spend this 3,000. When I looked at it, guess what it was? I had gave it to everybody. In-laws, cousins, family, everything. And looked at it and said, dang, I didn't even get nothing myself. I had wrote it out. I kept seeing you all 3,000, 3,000. So I'm just assuming that's what I'm going to get. So I start writing out how I'm going to give and what I'm going to give to everybody. You see, I ain't got no sense. I ain't never had none. So what happened? I went and I said, okay, it looks like the Father's going to give me $300,000, you know? So whenever you have a discrimination, when you someone that has been discriminated, you have to file it under EEOC. I don't know if you all knew that. I know you probably did. I didn't know it, but do you all know the case with EEOC for my case, the way they discriminated against my son? Guess who got the $300,000? EEOC. I almost had a crazy moment, y'all. How did they win it? They didn't discriminate against them. They didn't discriminate against my son. So how do they get the money? And I'm going to show you how they wrote. Because it was their law that Walmart broke. So they got $300,000. And they said, now you have to get you an attorney. We won that case for you. How did I get it? How you won for me and you got the money? Government system. You have to get an attorney and file another case. Now that we won it, you will most likely win yours. That attorney was helping Walmart. Sure was. So how did this story? And that is this. I had wrote out every penny of that $300,000. And when I looked at everybody got theirs, I was content. The Father said, if you think for 1 minute, I'm going to bless you with something to give to everybody who don't have nothing to do with me, you won't get it. That's all I thought about. Because I'm going to tell you, I did it about 15 times, making sure everybody else is going to get this $300,000. And he said, you would give your head, like my mom used to say, if it wasn't detached. You think I'm going to bless you so that you can give it away? Because he know I ain't got no sense. That's what I would have done. I ain't got no sense. So when I think about, the 300,000, that's why EEOC got it. Because I was like, wait a minute, Father, I seen 3 visions. 300,000, 300. Yeah, you got it, didn't you? That's what he said. You got it, didn't you? You won. And it's set up like I won, but they get the money. Because if I would have got it, I would have gave it away. I ain't got no sense. But I thank him because I tell him, I said, okay, now you said you give and gave, and you brought me here giving. It's just giving to the wrong ones, So he said, why would I bless you? So you can go give it away. It don't make sense, did it? But he'll come around again. Because I ain't got no sense. I don't. But that's how it is with Sister Deborah. Did anybody have any questions before we turn in tonight? Oh, yeah. Let me tell you what I'm saying. The reason why I brought that up. I forgot. I brought that up because I want you to be very careful in how you plan what you have and what you got coming. Be very careful because you don't want to form something and look for something and it don't come out or come the way that you're preparing it to. You have to continue the race and let whatever a higher do give fall on the track. You see what I'm saying? Let it fall on the track right there for you so you can pick it up and keep running. But if you hold back and not put forward and trust him that you don't have to wait for what he's going to bless you with, but that you can still move into the way he can bless you. Because what a lot of people might not understand, sometimes you can mess yourself up. Like the example I just gave. He showed me in a vision 3 times $300,000. And guess what? You go into the files, you'll see Deborah Brown won $300,000. But it went to them. You see? 3 long years did I wait. EEOC, it took them 90 days. Not 90 days. 9 months. And they got theirs. The 300,000 that was in the vision, they end up with. What that also led me to realize, it ain't that he can't do it. You better be in the right mind frame, in the right place, with the way you're planning what you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? So be very cautious in that, because if he moves any other way outside the way you're planning it, you will start to lose your faith that you feel you have. You will start to doubt, and you'll be in a situation you were from the beginning. Why? Because you pretty much put him in a corner and said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep you in this corner until it comes to pass. Instead of just living, go on and live and do what you got to do. Do the things you got to do to move on and not sit in one spot waiting for something. You see what I'm saying? So what happened to me is I had planned so much, giving, to the 300,000 went to someone else, because y'all knew that if I had received it, I would have given it to those who wasn't worthy to receive it. But he could have stopped it at any time. He could have stopped it at any time. But I look back over it. I look, ooh, I got food in the oven. 1 minute. Oh, girl, hush your mind. Whoops, it's burnt. It's burnt all up. It's all burnt. It's burnt to the bottom and the top. It's all burnt up. So Sister Deborah eating a burnt meal. No, she not. I'm gonna throw it away. Yeah, but that's just how he is. He want us to put certain things forward and don't hold back. He want us to press forward, and so that we can go on and do what we got to do, and not wait on anything. And if anything come, that's more victory. You see, but yet we're still moving forward, not standing still, waiting. You know, and that's what he don't want us to do, because if we have the faith that we feel he has put in us, we want to be able to use that to move on and just trust that whatever he add, that's good. But I got to press on where I'm at, from 1 to go to 2, 3, 4. And when I get to 4, if he bless me then while I'm going to 4, that's good. But I can't stay at 1 waiting, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until he come along, because it might not pan out as one might plan. That's my testimony in a sense, because I saw the vision just as plain as day, 300,000, and it did come 300 to them. But somebody laughing? Are you laughing? Because I didn't get it. Or are you laughing at my food burned? That's what you're laughing at. A burnt offering. Okay, you all. I appreciate each and every last one of you tuning in. And I say unto you, stay in the direction of the light. And make sure you use spirit and truth in your walk. And seek his face for anything you don't understand, and anything that doesn't make any sense to you, or that troubles you in the understanding it. You know, just that's what he's there for. But if any of us thinking that he's coming to make anything different today, he's not. He's not coming to change the way wicked and evil. That's why it's going at a high level. I think I told you all, I'm for real, set up writing all the things I was within a 24 hour. And I said, I looked at it as I was writing them. I was like, is this really happening? People don't do stuff like this. But the reality kicked in. You better leave that alone. That thing is real. You better leave that alone. You ain't going to talk about that. And I said, let me get away from that. Stick with talking about the most high or higher. And that's why I said I'm going to stick with what you had put in my heart and keep it going. Because I said, Father, that's deep. That's deep. But, and then again, everybody can't handle that. A lot of people can't. That's just dead in their spirit. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on, and a lot of things that they're doing and have done, but it ain't nothing he don't know about. So I thank each and every last one of you all for tuning in, and I appreciate each and every last one of you. And I will see you again. I will talk to you again. And I will say you all have a wonderful night. And pray that the Most High will always continue to give you what you need to run this race. So I, Sister Deborah, says to you, shalom and shalom.